Now, the day safe work arrives, what an inspector actually can do. So what they can do, just so that you know there's no surprises, they can enter without notice. They have every right to enter your business. They can look around, they can take photos, they can copy documents, and they can talk to anyone on your site. They have that right. They can require your full name and address, and they can, pretty much ask you to do things within the job. And so they might go, can you please pick that up for me? And you'll go, like, you're not my boss. They absolutely have every right to do that. They'll ask maybe to see your licenses and your swims. So people, in that moment, the panic tends to set in because it almost feels like a police officer. But they do have the right to be able to do that. So it's good to be aware. Then there are two kinds of notice. You might get, if they've come to your site, you might get an improvement notice. So that's a written direction to fix a breach within a time frame. It might be something minor, but they'll say, look, this is not safe, or what I've just seen is not safe. You've got this much time frame to do something about it, and I'll be coming back to visit. Now, the worst thing you can do is ignore that and just chuck it away. There are quite a few articles from Safe Work where people have done that. That is the worst thing you can do. A written direction is a legal direction. It even says so on the written direction, and it is something that they expect you to fix. Usually they give you quite a bit of guidance, and you can absolutely ask them questions. So if you've got any unsureness around it, you can ask them, what would you recommend is the best way to approach it? So it's a pretty common one. And then there's a prohibition notice. So that's when you have to stop. The work ceases immediately. Everybody goes home. And that's when there's a serious risk that's been identified. An investigation can occur immediately thereafter. So that's when something hectic has happened. The most expensive belief in the industry, and this is for anyone who uses subcontractors or labor hire, is that because they're on their ABN or it's on someone else's ABN, it's their problem. So safety is their problem. They have to look after themselves. And the problem is that actually is wrong. So from an insurance perspective, some people go like, well, they've got their public liability and they've got whatever. But the thing is, engaging a contractor doesn't transfer the duty. It actually adds one. So there's three reasons why. So first, under the Work Health Safety Act, your subbies and their people are workers. So while they're on your job, you owe them a primary duty of care. Second, when you and a subbie both hold a duty, you both keep it. So one doesn't extinguish the other, if that makes sense. So you don't cancel, one doesn't cancel one out. The law actually makes you consult and cooperate with each other. And third, a contract clause doesn't change that. So some people have said to me, oh, I've actually baked it into my contract. I had a very clever lawyer that says that the safety is their responsibility and they're wholly and solely responsible for that. And that thing is, an indemnity in a contract might move the money, as I said, from an insurance perspective, but it doesn't move the safety duty. So Safe Work prosecutes the duty holder, and you're one if it's your job. That's just the reality.